into the prime selling season. You guys excited?
Yes.
Oh, come on. That doesn't sound like you guys are very excited. Let's try it one more time. You guys excited?
Yeah.
All right. That's much better. All right. So, Daniel, let's hop into it. No reason to wait. Okay, let's start off with some good stuff. Who's got something good to share that wants to let the group know that, hey, I'm grateful for this. I'm proud of this accomplishment that I've done. I'm really, grateful to, Dustin for doing the Dustin's marvelous, what do you want to like call that anyway?
Which one? What's what?
Your tour.
Oh, we got Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I don't know.
And we need to come up with a name. You guys think about that, and then by the end of the day, let's come up with a name for Dustin's, monthly tour that he's hosting for us. So it'll be really great. But I'll start off. So I'm really grateful to Dustin. If you guys didn't know or didn't hear, each month he is renting out a big, massive monster van that we all get into, and he takes us. He's our chauffeur to go on broker's tour. Good time. Last time we had it full, and so a lot of people were able to collaborate about the market, get to know each other. There's lots of people in the band that haven't met each other yet, so it's just a really great way to go out there, learn about our market, learn from your other agents, get to meet new people, and have a lot of fun. And it was priceless being able to see the eyes of the agents whose homes we were coming into, going, oh my God, why is this KW mob like coming in after all of it? So it's really, really fun, right? So that will be coming up again pretty quick. Who else has got something to share that they're grateful?
I'm grateful to be here today. It's another day. So that is one thing.
Yeah, awesome. I'm grateful to be here today because I have this big massive spider bite apparently that I just found on my hand, and I'm feeling a little dizzy. So if I sound a little loopy today, now you know why.
And the science turns perfect.
Right, and then if I shoot webs out at you, that's all right. Who else has got something to share? All right. So, Daniel, let's get to the next one. We got a long quote today. This is not like Jason, because Jason's usually like a one-sentence text if you message him. But it says, overthinking is our body's defense mechanism from pain of failure. Release or embrace the choice by simply asking the question, does it hurt me or does it heal me? What do you think that means? Nothing like a Jason Abrams quote in the morning to stump everything. Did you guys forget? I used to be a teacher, so I'm good with silence. We could sit here for like an hour and a half and nobody wants to get some meat.
Instead of getting too confused or sent back, just ask whatever the situation is it going to hurt me? Is it going to be better for me? And then act upon it. But at least be curious enough to ask the question so you can then take action accordingly. Right?
Yeah.
Be curious enough.
Right? Because a lot of times when there's something that either we don't accomplish or that we don't want to do, we tend to overthink it. And our overthinking is basically our brain protecting us from something we think we're anticipating might be painful. And Mel Robbins went over that family reunion, where we just got to stop our minds from overthinking the stuff and just go and do it. And so it's like, and what Jason's basically saying here is that, hey, when I'm starting to think about this thing I'm not achieving, or if I'm thinking about this thing I don't want to do, is it something that truly is going to hurt me if I go forward and do it? Or is it going to actually make me better? For most of us, hey, I don't want to make those calls. Is that going to hurt me or is that going to heal me? That's going to heal me. I'm going to get, hey, even if somebody slams the phone on my, or slams the door in my face, cool. Now I know I don't have to really necessarily follow up with that person. But ultimately, by doing the activity, I'll find somebody that's going to probably say yes, and that's going to give me an opportunity, right? All right, Daniel, next one. Congrats to Brooke. So next time you see Brooke, let her know that she has achieved the illustrious milestone of capping. So Brooke will be at 100% for the rest of the year. We have some nice gifts for her as well too. So just make sure you reach out to Brooke when you see her and say, hey, congrats for that. Bucket fuel is basically, skip over that one. It's kind of the same thing as the first slide that we did. Today, I've got a really great guest speaker. I know that in the market that's sometimes a little bit tough. Sometimes we don't feel our best, and if we're not feeling our best, we're not performing our best. So wellness is definitely an important topic, and I know some of you guys probably feel like, hey man, I'm working, and starting to kind of feel the candle burning at both ends. The important thing is you're the most important thing, and making sure that you're taking care of yourself is going to allow you to do better things in your business, and it's going to allow you to serve your consumers better. So it really all starts with you. So without further ado, Dr. Zoe, why don't you come up and tell us a little bit about how we can take care of ourselves a little better.
Sure. So I brought a couple of colleagues. Let me introduce myself first. I'm a sports chiropractor. And when I joined the Palos Verdes Chamber of Commerce, San Pedro Chamber of Commerce, and I love networking. I'm just designed that way. Not everyone's like that. And I value organic face-to-face relationships. I don't care how awesome social media is. If nothing changes, nothing's better than me seeing you face-to-face and shaking your hand. So always remember that. I'm probably preaching to the choir. You guys know that already. So I'm here because for two reasons. One, I'm going to talk about my ladies here, but I'm going to have my colleagues go first. But number two, I'm the founder of South Bay Wellness Society. It was an official nonprofit subdivision of California. It's literally just launched last week. So a lot of people are like, what's that? We've done events before, we just weren't a nonprofit. So now we are. And you could go on Instagram, type in California. It's like with the name Chiropractic California, it's chiropractic based, sure. But the thing is, a lot of people that do know chiropractors know that we know a lot of other people. So we have, health, wellness, fitness experts. So we know we're for us. We do our stuff. We have other experts. So basically, California is going to be a one-stop shop where you can find the who's who of those entities you're looking for. But just because my backyard is here, my clinic is right next to the Cabrillo Beach Yacht Club, right there on the harbor. It's gorgeous. It's in San Pedro, overlooking the harbor. That's me as one example of many different entities. So without further delays, Dr. Kay, come up here, Dr. Christina, and she'll get started. Thank you, guys.
Morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Christina Brown. I'm a chiropractor in Florence. But here today talking about the Ultra Slim machine. This thing is very incredible. It does anti-inflammatory red light therapy. So it's anti-inflammatory for pain, but it also does skin tightening, fat loss, facelifts, natural boosts to the skin and collagen. I have brochures in the back. I'm not going to spend too long talking about it. I also have a booklet if anyone wants to look through to see the benefits of it. It goes into a little more detail, and I'm here to answer any questions anyone has after. So I'm happy to talk about that later. Again, Dr. Christina Brown, chiropractor in Florence.
I've been Dr. Brown, and she's a championship and advocate, so if anybody wanted to go to her.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Renata. I'm a physical therapist. I just opened my office here in Rolling Hills Estates, across the street from the City Hall at Academy Center. I specialize in pelvic floor, women's health, and performance physical therapy. I was really tired of working for clinics where I was only able to spend 15 minutes with my patients, and they were then being treated by aides most of the time. And movement is what I love the most. Really, movement is the natural state of the body. So once your pain eases with the laser, you gotta help them to some form of exercise, and that's going to get you to be pain-free and all that good stuff that we all want. And the way I work is always trying to look the whole body to find the root cause of your pain, because that's where I started my journey. I was once a patient and I was trying to treat my elbow and wrist for months, doing stretches and strengthening exercises, until I found the physical therapist that became my mentor. And he said, oh no, this is coming from your jaw, because I was grinding my teeth and all that. So I went to several doctors, no one ever thought about looking at other parts of my body. And that's how I work now. Once you walk into my office, I'm gonna check your entire body and try to find all those connections. And you're gonna be for 60 minutes with me, no aides and nobody else. So that's how I work, and everyone is welcome to meet me and give it a shot. Okay, thank you.
So I'm gonna turn on the laser real quick. It's very visual and I don't want everyone to be distracted. I'll just show you the interface. Kind of like a, almost like a rhetorical question. I'm assuming a lot of you never heard of class 4 laser. I mean, you've heard of laser probably. The really popular ones are class 2 and class 3. So being a sports doctor, I did a lot of research and I found out that class 4 laser is like a Ferrari of laser. It kills pain quickly, helps the body heal fast, and so just like I show you the base, right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different body parts. It's not a generic laser, like cold laser doesn't, you don't tell what it is, you just turn it on, you rub it on you, it's good for bruises and, you know, surface pain. But when you get hurt like really bad, like your joint, you know, you're throwing a ball for 10 hours, you fell on the beach or something, you fell off your bike, there's a lot of trauma, you know, short of, you know, broken bones and stuff like that. There's major strains and sprains. A lot of doctors are like, hey, this takes 6 to 8 weeks to heal. Let's just throw you a number. 6 to 8 weeks in pain. It's like you're doing rehab in pain. You're just waiting out. Like 8 months feels like 8 years because you're so busy using your body all the time. Well, people that know about class 4 laser know that there's an opportunity now to shorten that gap. So your body already heals itself. What laser does, this class 4 laser helps your body heal faster. Because I'm a sports doctor, I don't go like lazy on Tuesday. Okay, see you next Tuesday. Heck no, it's a whole lifestyle change. So get ready to be, you know, advised to drink this, you know, take these supplements, do the stretch at home. There's so many things you can do 6, 7 days a week to accelerate this. Okay, but just so you know, this will help you heal. It's not, I'm not going to lie and go, hey, which session you're cured. It takes 2 or 3. If you're acute, if you just searched up last week, you're like the perfect person to get this 3, you're done. But if you've been fighting a good fight for a month or more, maybe a year, it's chronic, you've been not telling anybody, but you're like, yeah, I'm in pain all the time. That's a bigger battle, but you can still win. It might take 10 sessions, but hey, at least every session you're getting better and better. So if you're like a 9 and 10 sessions later, you're a 2, I'll take a 2 all day. Okay, so again, I could go on for an hour, I won't, but basically, you pick a body part, it actually determines that your skin, like if you're light or dark, and then your pain, if it's chronic, if it's acute or chronic, you tell her all this stuff, and you turn it on, it's like, boom, it's ready to go. So it's a smart laser, and it can be anywhere from, you know, 5 minutes to 10 minutes, depending on your body part. Okay, so again, this is just bullet point stuff. I know we don't have a ton of time, but I just want you to know that there's a local chiropractor. You happen to be a sports doctor, but I'm treating you guys like the office athletes that you guys are. Okay, because some of you hike or go golfing or play tennis or live at the beach. Those are sports. But the ultimate sport, it kind of sounds like cheesy, but you guys, the sport of life, that's the one you don't get an off season. Okay, you're on all the time, and your profession demands that you guys walk, sit, stand like most professions. Because I have a brother who's in real estate, I intimately know a lot of real estate professionals. So I know what you guys do. It's very active, and you guys are very self-love, self-care. If there was a division for that, you guys are a good example in a good way. I mean this is a compliment. And I'm here as a doctor, as an extension, make you think, okay, maybe you're not in a lot of pain, but your brother, your mom or dad, oh, they're always complaining. Go see doctors, they'll hit you with the laser and we'll pray that you get better. In conclusion, I want you guys to know, I'm not selling anything, I'm just giving you guys advice, but for any of you who are suddenly in pain or you want more information, I'm gonna pass my card around, but if you give me your card as a form of respect, whatever you wanna call it, you get the first one in the house. Okay, if you're in pain, even more reason to try, but let's just say you're not, you could try it and tell the whole world, I did it, it felt great. Or you do have an intimate loved one, husband, wife, whatever, free, I mean, they can do it for free too, but come with me, you know, I'm gonna say how you do, you don't want to do it, guys. Are there any questions?
Yes, so does it help also for like an old injury, like an auto accident?
Mhm.
I have herniations
Yeah.
on my cervical and lumbar,
Yeah.
2 to 3 disc levels, so they're pinching my nerve. So will this help with that?
So you don't mind me sharing this with the group, obviously, right? Did you say the L1, what was it?
L405.
Okay, so she said she had a car accident, L4, 5 injuries. Okay, so for those of you like, what is that? Okay, that's your lumbar low back area, right? Very common. How would I handle that? Well, this laser isn't gonna move your vertebra back in place, but guess what? I know a doctor that has a machine, it's called decompression. So maybe you've heard of this, and you go, I never heard of that. If you try to grade, if not, highly recommend decompression, the vertebra realigns itself, it's got its innate intelligence, so it'll fix itself. Not one section, it'll take a few, but at least you have that, and you don't have to worry about surgery. This thing, the laser will kill and help your body heal itself through the nervous system. So in other words, the nerves are all inflamed. It'll take care of that. Then also, like I was saying to everyone, the low hanging fruit, like drinking half your body weight in ounces of water, are you doing that? And you have to be honest. Some people are like, yeah, I drink 2 of these. This is like, say, 20 ounces. Unless you weigh 40 pounds, this isn't enough. You know, this big, you gotta drink half your body weight in ounces. As a base, now we start talking. And then I know all this stuff, I'm not this herb specialist, but I know a lot about herbs. And if you guys know about turmeric, ginger, things like that, you're ahead of the game. There's a lot of people that don't want to take, they don't want to take more capsules. Take them, and it says take 3 a day, you're taking 6 because you're in pain. Your body will use the herb in a proper way. So all I'm saying is, yes, you have disc problem. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, this will put your fit. It'll help the pain. It'll go down, you'll manage it, but guess what? I'm gonna talk to you about stretching. Oh, I've done those, but not as much. Well, guess what? You gotta do it again. And maybe there's 2 that are better than the ones you like, and some you don't like.
Yeah, I tried yoga already as well, and that's seems to help,
Yeah.
but I know that the problem's there, you know? And it's sometimes I wake up in pain.
Yeah.
This is leg and lower back.
Yeah.
And it's just.
None of us are 18 guys, and you know, some of us, our journeys are gonna be harder than others, but you got this guy. This is like the Michael Jordan of my services, okay? I have a lot of other ones. We met chiropractors before, right? Rock teeth, rod blade, stretching, CBD lotion, ultrasound, on and on. There's a lot of little things, but this is the Michael Jordan. So if you're lucky enough to know someone that has this closer to you, great, but I'm like 15 minutes away. And again, if you're serious, like, you know what, doc, I really want to try it, you gotta say you met me here. If you did, the first one went out. Okay, but I don't know, I don't want to ask everyone, who's in pain, raise your hand, it's none of my business. I mean, I don't want to, embarrass everyone, it is a private issue. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass my cards around, so you have that at least. And it doesn't mean you have to give me your card, but it just makes it easier for me, because I meet a lot of people, so I have a little staff, like, hey, I met you, so we can go both ways. Okay, so I'm done, and if any more questions? All right. Any more questions? You guys good?
We're ready to go.
So let me pass mine around. And then the ladies back there, they have their business cards, they'll pass them around too. And then you guys can decide whether to use it or not, or pass it to the loved one. And then this one here, I don't know how many of you have this, but my friend, she's local, like nearby. She's the one that brought the tea. It's so good, it's like out, I think. So we can, there's more boxes for you guys to make later, like not right now. You guys can have, there's a lot of tea back there. So please pass this. This is her. She lives nearby. Her name is Donna. She couldn't make it, but her tea is organic, healthy, and I brought honey for those of you like me that have sweet tooth. I mean, yeah, honey is like, oh, it's one to get seconds. Okay,
So what if you have a tear? Like if you have a tear like in your shoulder?
yeah,
I know someone who is like in extreme pain.
Yeah.
They don't want to get surgery, but can that help?
yes. So here's the thing, great question. Again, there's disc bulges, again, we're human, we're complex machines, but then there's also strains and sprains. And at the highest level of strain and sprain is a tear. And to answer let me answer it real quick. Okay, so the question was, if I have a tear, will this help? It's like the disc bulge where it'll help manage the pain. So you have a tear, honestly, that second level, you got to decide your pain. Am I going to get surgery or not? Because a tear, just so you know, the moment you get a tear, your body's already going through necrosis, it's already dying. So that's ligament tendon, that's already dying, the muscle that tore. Some people will like, I don't go hiking, I don't go jogging, whatever, I don't need this. So they can live with the tear. But you're right, the pain, it can be managed. But the same thing, I'd be telling that person, listen, there's some toxic stretches you can do. Be active, because if you don't do anything, you're going to get scar tissue. And that scar tissue is the whole of the world. And I don't want to go into that world, but to answer your question, yeah, it'll kill the pain.
Tear.
No, the tear you got to have is a professional. Just like the disc bulges, right? I'm not going to say this will fix your disc bulge. It won't. It'll kill the pain, but now you can stretch more. You can do the stuff you're supposed to do. And then, yeah, if you know, okay, doc, tell me about the decompression. I know someone that's like 15 minutes away, and you lay there 30 minutes of being pulled, your discs go back in.
Had surgery
sterile injections. And also the decompression ones, but when it wears off, it wears off and
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah, I wish I could lie and say, oh, you're gonna be cured. No, but it's gonna help, but none of us know our future. But you guys, everyone, you have to be active. You have to be self-involved with your life.
You still don't.
No, this is like $30,000. This is the Ferrari of class 4. There's different class 4s, but this is like the best of the best because being a sports doctor, I have this ego. So when the Lakers can use it and the Raiders can use it, why can't I use it? I'm not part of a pro team, but darn, I'm a doctor. I can use this. I spent a pretty penny for this, so I'm not trying to brag. It's just the truth. This isn't, by the way, to answer your question, only practitioners can buy this because this can hurt you if used the wrong way. So that's why you have goggles. Oops, anyway. This is a laser right here. So I point this to your body and I rub it everywhere it's gonna feel warm really quick, then it's gonna be hot. It's gonna feel really good, but we're trained on how to use that. I cannot park it for 1 second. If I do that, it burns. So I'm not gonna ever park it, because it's powerful. If I go like this to you, like a jerk, it can burn your retina and now you're blind. So I would never do that. Like people are like, oh, that's dangerous. Well, I'm never gonna go like this to you. It's gonna be here. I'm gonna be wearing goggles. You'll be wearing goggles. If it's on your back, you've got on your stomach, you don't have to wear the goggles because it'll be way back here. If your husband or someone comes with you, yeah, they got to put the goggle on. Because they're standing there, even though I'm never gonna go like that, you gotta be safe. Any more questions or we good? I'm sorry. Oh, so okay, so with laser, I mean, I don't know if you guys ever had personal trainers or packages that are very common. Same thing, like if you walk in, there's a consultation, there's a laser session, and then you're like, you know what, I'm in doctor. So with that being said, I will waive those first two. If you approach me and go, hey doc, I want to try this, I'll waive that. Like again, I didn't want to go into all the details, but basically it's waived. Someone goes, hey, I want a 3-pack. It's like, you get 3 for like $100. Again, it's a special. Okay, then you can buy 6 of them for like, say, $50 a pop. I want 10 of them. I'm chronic. I've been hurting. Well, you need a lot more, right? 10 of them for like $40 a pop. But here's the good news, and I'm going to wrap it up, I promise. You get 10 sessions hypothetically, and all of a sudden you're like 6 sessions. Yeah, like, I feel really good. I'm not going to be like, you paid for 10, get your butt in here. No, you got 4 credits and they don't expire. God forbid this summer you fall on the beach or something on the beach and you hurt your neck. Hey doc, I want to use those 4 credits on my neck. Or your kid is playing softball or baseball. Like, hey, my kid got hurt there. Go transfer it over to them. So it could be anybody. Just give me the authority, give me the approval. I'm not going to be a jerk. It's got to be blood relative. No, it could be anybody you love. Just let me know. Because I have your name down. It says you got 4 credits. So yeah, you can transfer the credits. It's like, what a blessing, man. If you got 6 out of 10, hey man, save them. I'm not going to pressure you. So anything?
I just want to make a comment. Thank you, Dr. Joe. And especially to Daniel and management team. I think they care about not just our production, they care about health. By the way, I have stomach pain because the new commission. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I'm gonna start using that now. I'm gonna steal that from you, Dr. So we got our August athletes, right? You guys are amazing. And I'm no stranger to pain. I got my knee brace on, my shoulders, all that good stuff from playing football for 10 years. I might need to come and see you, Dr. So. All right, so Daniel, let's go to some of the new listings. We got a lot on here. So this Stephen Ha has one on Via Buena. Cindy just stepped out. Do we have anybody else from Stephen's team that wants to talk about Via Buena? All right. Okay.
City.
Got a couple of Stephen's listings we wanted to see if you share a little bit of info about.
Yeah, I'm happy to. So today I'll be hosting Broker Tour at Via Buena. It's a great multi-level house, 4-bedroom, swimming pool. And it's offered at $2.895. And Stephen will be at 2 El Concho today. That's gorgeous home behind the gates, single level swimming pool, offered at $5.495.
Love it. All right, Daniel. Robert Taylor has one on via Anacapa. I don't think is Robert on the okay. So Cindy, you're up again.
Yeah, so, this cute condo is over at the Estates off of Crenshaw, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, but it's in escrow.
So, as soon as you, right? Bree has one in LA for $875 on Van Ness. Laura, is Laura on Zoom or anywhere? Oh, there's Laura.
Yes, that's an empty lot, zone commercial, but it's next to residential, but I guess maybe if you're a vet or something like that, you can put a business there. 19,600 square feet, it's flat. The seller is willing to carry some paper and he's negotiable on the price.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so make an offer.
Thanks, Laura.
Mhm.
Maggie and Paige. Maggie's not here, and then Paige is in her office. I think she'll be in a little bit later. And then Jewel and Bree have one in San Pedro. So if you're looking in Harbor City or San Pedro, those are a couple good options for you. I think Yanging is on the Zoom, is she not? No? I thought I saw her, maybe not. Okay, she has one in Chino Hills. So if you have some clients out there, reach out. And then Andrew looks like he has a lot in Springville. Is Andrew on the Zoom too? Cool. And then Nazareth has one in Little Rock, and Sung has one in Flan. Is Sung on the Zoom?
No.
Okay, cool. Betty, tell us a little bit about Sarandi Grande.
I feel like everybody is moving out of the area. Look at all the address. It's not the South Bay. It's a nice 5-bedroom property, needs some work. And a lot of showing.
Okay, awesome. And then Josh, tell us a little bit about your unit in Long Beach.
Oh yeah, it's a unit, no parking space. It's a 1 bed, 1 bath. It's a pretty cute unit. It's about 550 square feet. We actually just recently reduced to $100 less. So it's really cute. Updated kitchen. It's nice. You guys have anyone that's interested?
Awesome, thanks, Josh. And then a couple closings. Just want to congratulate James on his unit in Studio City. So congrats, James. Cindy, congrats on Lightfoot. That's a good one there. Josephine just closed one in Redondo, so congrats to her. Judy had a big one in RPV, so when you see her, give her a big congrats. Young had a rental listing in Rancho PV, so congrats to Young. And then Dee Dee had one here in PV at 1.2, so congrats to Dee Dee. Another one with Dee Dee in Torrance. And then Yang had one in Redondo, so congrats on that. Rocio, congrats on your Apple Valley property. And then Christina, congrats on the one on Applewood as well too. Christina had another one in Torrance and another one in Carson. So Christina having a big month there. Great job. And we'll continue the Christina tour with the LA. So congrats to you on that one. And then a good one in Torrance with John. So congrats on that. And then Christina again in California City. Great job on the vacant lot. Oh, it's coming. It's a coming soon one. All right. So I missed the top left of the slide there. So Christina, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So it's in California City. It's in a residential neighborhood. It's R1. It's about 7,400 square feet. And it's listed for 16,000. Price is flexible. He just wants to pay.
Okay, cool.
Well, does it have utilities on it and all that good stuff?
No, you have to bring it in. You should see it's an established. There's a house in the background.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Again, remember to get your open house opportunities to Daniel so that if you need some coverage on an open, or if you're just willing to let another one of our agents hold the house open, that'd be really great. And then if you're looking for open houses, make sure that you reach out to Daniel. That way he knows you're interested. I know Daniel's got a sign list put together too, so you guys can. And then that way, as a market center, we can just reach out to our listing agents, because we've got a lot of new listings, as you can see. And then that way, you guys can get some opportunities. Okay. All right, any specific needs and wants?
I really need, something in the South Bay, could be Long Beach, Wilmington, 650. Conventional. We can close quick. Maybe it's 660, 160.
Okay, cool. Yeah, proceed.
I have a new listing in Carson, it's a fixer, 685. It is 3 bedroom, 2 baths, 1 level. It's in central Carson and has 2 extra bedrooms in the back. In the back, so it has 5 bedrooms. But there's a tenant this time, I'm figuring that out, so I'm gonna have them in the house this weekend.
Great, thanks, Christine. Anybody else? Nikki, did you have something? Oh, okay. You gotta talk. You need, Nikki needs ugly houses. So if you got any houses really, really ugly, make sure. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Thanks, Nikki. All right, Red Day is coming up. If you have not reached out to Daniel yet, make sure that you connect with Daniel so we can get you signed up. We have t-shirt order available, so that if you want to get a nice Red Day t-shirt. Again, a really, really great event, May 9th, will be in Wilson Park in Torrance. And we're going to be doing kind of a fair for, adults with special needs, to really just show them a good day and a good time. I know the Market Center partnered up with Torrance last year, or our South Bay Market Center last year. And it was a really great event, a lot of good stuff happening. So it's just a way again for us to get back out into the community and support the areas that we sell and the community that we serve.
Everyone come out and help.
Yeah, otherwise Dree's gonna hunt you down.
I will. You know where you guys work.
All right, so some upcoming classes and events that we want to make sure that we go over. So Daniel, let's roll that video footage, please. Take it down. Wow.
You've got to understand the truth about real estate. It's a simple freaking business. Legacy. You're gonna work, it's gonna happen.
All right, so we've got Mega Agent Camp coming up in August. A couple things Gary said there that I want to kind of stop. One of them kind of relates back to what Jason, the quote from Jason earlier, right? To do the work, right? Because ultimately, we might sometimes feel that it's painful to do the work, but we get good results if we do. And the other one that really resonated with me in that video was Gary basically saying it's a really simple business. And I tell most agents a lot is real estate's really easy, but it's also very hard at the same time. And a lot of times agents will look at me and say, real estate's really easy. What are you talking about? It's really hard and all this other kind of stuff, right? What I'm saying is the activities that we do are pretty easy. Is there's no mystery behind it. I got to meet people. I got to develop relationships with people. And then I got to ask for their business when it's time for them to do business. And then I got to service. Is that really like rocket science? No, it's just the consistency in doing the activities to make sure that we're meeting people and we're connecting, right? So I think that's really, really powerful, what Gary said in there. How many of you guys have ever been to Mega Camp? Okay, what are some of the things that you find valuable about one of the events like that?
I think there's so many different ways you can do this business. And when you go there, you see interviews with Gary Keller, interviews like a panel of people. And someone's doing open houses really well. Someone's really good at cold calling. It's you just gotta kind of pick your lane. And it seems like, people at that are hyper focused on one thing and they have huge businesses.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share? Thanks, John. What do you get by going to Mega? Yeah,
For me, it expands like your mindset, because you're used to closing a couple of deals, and when you see people up there closing 100 transactions a year, puts things into perspective of what we're capable of doing.
Yeah, well, I think what's really easy is sometimes that brain of ours tries to like condition ourselves to say, oh, it's okay, you know, if business is tough for everybody and this and stuff. But then when you go to an event like that and then you're like, you see somebody who's doing 300 units a year on their team, then our brain still starts to go to work by saying, oh, well, they're in Chicago, that won't work here. And then you walk into a different session and there's somebody from LA that's doing 150 units and you're like, I guess I'm running out of excuses here, right? So it really allows you to kind of see, or, you know, help lift your mindset, because just because maybe things are tough for you doesn't mean that it's tough for everybody. Okay, cool, well, what are those people doing and what can I take and what can I adapt? And I really like what John said, because Jason Abrams says this all the time too, is there's more than one way to skin a cat in this business, and don't do lead generation activities. He basically says, don't do lead gen today. He goes, stop, because ultimately there's lots of different ways to connect and meet and to be able to develop relationships with people and do what you enjoy doing that gives you energy, because then that's going to help you be consistent, right? Okay, cool. So that's coming up in August. If you guys want to jump into that, it would be really good. Did want to bring up train the presenter again. Zach Younger, really good friend of mine, is coming into Torrance, South Bay Market Center, May 29th and 30th. Again, I want to emphasize this isn't just a class for people that want to get up and present and teach, right? It's a really great class on developing your presentation skills, and we all do presentations every day. We go out and do buyer presentations. We go out and do listing presentations. And the skills that you'll learn here are going to help you be able to articulate your message better, which we know right now, especially with all the NAR stuff, there's been a lot of talk on, hey, we've got to really be able to demonstrate our value. Zach's going to show you how to really articulate that value at a really high level. I will tell you, you're going to get pushed out of your comfort zone a little bit though, because if you sign up for the class, you do have to do a presentation in the class to everybody. And so with that, the max amount of people that they can have in that class is 20, and we've opened this up to the entire region. So if you want to make sure that you get into that, make sure that you sign up earlier than later. And then that, again, is open to all KW agents across the LA coastal region as well. All right, we have a KW Health. We're kind of sticking on the theme of health today. There is going to be a family kayaking event, and that'll be at Kayaks on the Water, Sunday, May 26th.
Been rescheduled, guys. We had a different date last week, but now it's in May.
Okay, so it'll be May 26th in Long Beach. Unfortunately, I won't be able to join you because I'm going to finally have my knee surgery, and so I'll be out during that time. But I'll make sure that Daniel sends me lots of pictures. It really kills me because, like, my favorite thing on the planet is water sports. I like to scuba dive, surf, and kayak, and all that other kind of stuff. And these guys go out and schedule this while I'm going to be out. So thanks a lot, Dan. All right. And then we have a KW commercial SoCal meeting. So if you guys are interested in starting to get in that commercial lane, Jason Default and David Scher and me are going to be doing a commercial SoCal meeting on Tuesday, April 23rd, which is actually today at 1 o'clock. So make sure that you hop onto that Zoom. And then I don't think there's a QR code there. So if you want to get onto that, reach out to Daniel. They'll get you the QR code or the link to hop onto that. Okay. Wanted to let you guys know again, we are doing every other Friday technology training, and this is on Zoom. Basically, I'm teaching the classes for the whole region. And so we're going to be going over the agent websites next Friday. It'll be an hour-long class. We were doing half an hour every week here. So we're doing every 2 weeks, an hour, and it's on Zoom, so it's really easy to participate in. This is going to be a really good topic because we're going to talk about how to customize your agent sites. And what's more important about this is that KW is releasing a new landing page that you could put onto your agent sites. But one will help you market your property. But more importantly, with the NAR stuff coming up where we can't advertise commissions anymore, I'm going to show agents how to basically utilize the landing page to be able to put the co-op commissions onto that landing page. So that then you can drive agents to that site so they can see what the sellers will be offering. Okay, so that'll be a really good one, not just for tech purposes, but for staying compliant with the new NAR rules that are going to come into effect.
Is it only Zoom?
Yeah, so that's gonna only be on Zoom, because the thing is that if I do it live, you're gonna be staring at the screen, and if you're doing it on Zoom, you're gonna be staring at the screen too, because ultimately it's technology based. And then afterwards, if you guys need help with any of that stuff, someone else. Okay. Business planning, so again, we're doing business planning sessions on Mondays. So a lot of times people think about business planning at the end of the year for the next year, but do our business plans always go the way we want them to go? Right? And you don't want to wait 12 months to revisit your business plan. Those are things that we should be looking at constantly, because if we're behind, what do we need to do to adjust? If we're ahead, what do we need to do to be able to really keep that traction and that momentum going? So we're just going to, again, study the business planning concepts every Monday, 12:30 to 1 o'clock. So I'll teach you guys kind of one little thing, or we can do some Q&A on some stuff that you're having problems with. That way we're just revisiting that consistently, so that we're staying on track to get a little more. Okay. I want to bring up Ignite again. Don't really need to register, you just need to show up. So Daniel can get you the link. I'll have him send that out again today. We do that basically hybrid, like we do the team meetings. So we will be here in person, doing that at 6 o'clock tonight. And then also you have the option to Zoom in as well too if you can't make it into the office. And again, I want to stress, Ignite doesn't necessarily need to be just for new agents. If I've been in the business for a little while and maybe I just need some brush up on some topics, then that's really a good thing to hop into. James, what are we going over tonight anyway?
Going to connect with your market.
Okay, so if you really, and I think that's a really good one, because ultimately, right now, especially trying to get our value, how are we reaching out to people? How are we basically the market expert? What things should we be saying to them? What value should we be delivering to them? So if you've been in the business for a little while and you're struggling with thinking about some of those things, definitely worth it to show up to Ignite tonight. And you don't have any excuse because you need to come down to your review, right? All right, Linder minutes. We got the amazing Dustin.
I think I could do it in a minute. I think you guys know my slide. Thank you. If you don't have it in front of you because you came a little bit later than this, right? So the next best thing is either get a copy up here or just take a picture of the QR code from someone sitting next to you who has it. I see a lot of new faces in the room, so if you haven't met me before, I'm the director of the purchase division of our local bank and also 50% owner of the mortgage company. And who do I care about the most in the transaction? That's right. Because I find that by default, if I'm taking care of you, then I'm automatically taking care of your clients. And so what that handout basically is showing you the difference between online lenders, like God forbid if we ever get something that's pre-approved by Rocket Mortgage, or we're working with big banks, and then also some of the added services that I provide to you directly that separates us from others to make sure that we always put you first. And the thing I wanted to talk about with you guys this morning, that is separate from that, is earlier John was talking about open houses, right? So open house engagement kits. We notice a lot of times that there's a struggle for engagement with people that come walking through the house. So we've developed a really robust way to help start conversations with prospective people to walk through your house. What started me to think about this was that a lot of clients ask, like, hey, can I get, when I say clients, I mean you, can I get an open house flyer for my open house this weekend? And then you want to print 20 or 30 of them, or you ask me to, right? And then you have them there and someone comes in and you may have them sign in, you may not. There's also different tactics you could do, like just making the room smell good with cookie smell, right? Or other things, right? Giving out Starbucks gift cards. There's lots of different strategies that I help agents play with, but kind of stops there. And so what I would suggest going forward is that you only print out one open house flyer, just one. So we send out 5 things to you guys, print out 1 of each. And in brief summary, this is a picture, right? I call it paraphernalia of the house. You only want 1, because someone coming into the house, they already know it. They saw it online, their neighbors told them about it, their parents told them about it, someone told them about it because that's the they walked through, right? And so they're not really necessarily needing to see the info, but what they are curious about and great ways for you to start a conversation is what does it look like if I was to finance this house? So on the upper part up here, we have different loan comparisons. I can put up the 4 there. Then we have the cost weighted analysis. What would happen if I waited by 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? How about the cost of money? Where are interest rates at? right down here on this side. And then over here, you guys can see the writing in the far back, I know you can. This is appreciation from years 1 through 5. And so with this house specifically, it's showing appreciation by almost $400,000. And that becomes another hot topic for folks. How do you know that the house is going to appreciate by that much? I can share with you guys that any house in Los Angeles County right now, there's a forecast for 21,106 homes that are going to be built over the next 5 years. The amount of people that actually qualify for purchasing the house that's your listing, generally 1.1 to 1.23 million people. So what does that tell you? Supply versus demand. Natural, easy conversation. That's it. And we kind of move on from there. And then the third attachment is the bit over ask. How many people have heard me talk about this before? Just one? Really? You're welcome. So this is a great visual, a great graph to share with you guys that if you were to offer $25,000 more than what the list price is of the house, well, then would I be able to get that in the form of returned equity in the property? It's a great tool for you as a listing agent as well to send to your purchasing agents who might be submitting offers that are a little bit under the list price, right? To help them come up with higher and better. My whole point with you guys is the last attachment. This is the one you care about the most. This is a QR code that is directed specifically to the property address and to you as an agent. If someone wants more information about the property, they want any of the information that you were just sharing with them, they just simply click on this. And what happens by doing so is not only do they get what they want, but so do you. You get all of their contact information. I build this for every open house that you do. So it has that address, your information, even if you're not the listing agent, but you're hosting the open house over the weekend, it'll automatically be built for you. You will get all of their information so you can follow up them on weeks ahead. So anytime that you guys would like that, you just reach out to me before the end of the day on Thursday, and I'll make sure that you get it so that you have it on Saturday, Sunday, or whenever you're hosting. Any questions about that? Okay. Huh?
I would have used the QR.
Yeah, so, and then like, I talked about it, right? Everything you just talked about, like, who, what? It sounded awesome, but what did he say? Yeah. Okay, when you ask me to help you with this, I'll build all this personally for you and do a 2-minute video walking you through the specifics of that house for you. You just watch it on your phone while you're printing out one copy, and you're like, ooh, I got this. So I'm here to help you guys in any way that I can. I really do mean it, but I put you as agents first. I want to help you in your business growth in any way possible. So don't be shy, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always as far away from you.
And
That's right. Oh, yeah. Daniel.
So, well, two things wrong with caravan, I think Jonathan's dastardly drag race or something like that. Probably do that, right?
Depends how much coffee I have before we start driving on how fast we'll go, but actually. I do want to make sure that we have a great time together, and it really wasn't that difficult to do. I think it always with the ease with everyone that came earlier this month. We're still in April? No. We had a great time, and I would love for as many of you who can come, please do. And not only is it great camaraderie as far as, hanging out with everyone in the office, but then we go over to support our other agents with their listings that they're doing broker tour, hosting broker tour, right? And I think we're gonna spice it up a little bit for next month, and we might have some trivia inside of it, and maybe some $5, $10, $20 scratchers to give away. I don't know, we'll see. But would love to have you. And you do need to RSVP because there is only 15 seats. So if you would like to come, then please reach out to Daniel, and we'll make sure you get on that list ASAP.
Get the man.
Like rotating.
Well, again, we want to make it fair for everybody, so if somebody hasn't been in Dustin's dastardly van, then we're gonna prioritize people who haven't had yet a drink.
So I'll tell you the story when we get all in the van, because we don't have much time today, but someone's like, you actually drive really well. I'm like, that's gonna have a bus license. You guys know why I have a bus license? It's actually a funny story. I'll tell you when I see you in the van.
Awesome. All right, I want to bring up one good point that he brought up too. I really like the idea of having one flyer or no flyers at an open house, because I was listening to Chris Suarez talk, and if you don't know Chris is one of the top agents in the country. I mean, Ben and Kinney actually, I think, are the #1 selling real estate team probably out of any company. They sell Place. So I believe like 5,000 homes a year. They're our biggest agent in the KWPV by far. Basically what Chris had said is what his team started doing years ago is the the thing that people want when they come into an open house is information. Yet traditionally, agents have, we give them the information without expecting or asking for anything in return. We just hope they sign our sign-in sheet, right? So what they started doing, and he said that it increased, and I tested this out on open houses that I've done in the past, and it does work, is that they got about a 4 to 5 times amount of people that actually, they got their contact information for when they stopped providing flyers. Because when people come in, they're looking around, hey, where's the flyer? Oh, hey, we're a green real estate company. We have digital flyers. What's a good phone number for you? And then I'll text that to you right away. And so ultimately, they have to basically give you something to get what they want. They want info, cool, I want your contact. Now it's an exchange, where if we're just giving the flyers away, I don't need you for anything. And even if you got a sign-in sheet there, I can sign that I'm, Taylor Swift, and here's my number is 310-222-5555.
Let me tell you, that's fine. Taylor, go ahead and scan this QR code. Oh, your name's Jack? You'll be able to call him on Monday.
So yeah, definitely hit up Dustin on that, because I think that's really smart. And if you guys want to get more lead capture at your open houses, that's a great way to do it. All right, next up is our MCA minute with Paige.
Hi all, happy Tuesday. Red Day is coming up, May 9th, Wilson Park. So if you can't be there, make sure to donate. If you can, just come join in on the fun.
Awesome. And one thing I want to point out too is that it doesn't need to be an all-day commitment. Lots of people will come and they'll spend an hour or so or whatever they have just to kind of hang out, get some good pictures for their social media, have a little bit of fun, and then they'll take off. So when we say, hey, sign up for Red Day, it doesn't mean that you have to commit all day to that. Just give what you can.
At least 1 hour.
At least 1 hour, or Jimmy's gonna hunt you down. All right, and then I believe Lisa is up next.
Hello, everybody. Wanted to spin a little bit off of what Dustin was talking about today, and a lot of that's like being prepared and being knowledgeable. So most of you in here probably already know, but some of the newer faces, make sure you come and visit me in escrow before you go on a listing appointment. We can go over the property, we can go over the taxes, we can go over reports you might need. We'll get you a net sheet, so you can walk into that appointment feeling very confident and having some numbers for them, because let's face it, sellers usually want to know the bottom line, right? So you can walk into that listing appointment with some numbers. Mark up the net sheet if you're there and things change, and then we can update that in those following days for you. But just being prepared will set you apart from your competition. So use me as a resource, come on in and see myself or Amelia, we both can help you out with that. And we're happy to. So definitely leverage your time and come see us, okay? All right.
Hey.
I'd like to give a shout out to Alicia.
Aw, thank you.
And Paige. We always get our commission check so fast.
Aw. You do things really quick.
And escrow is so important. Josh and I closed 2.5 deals with her last month, okay? And then, this month. And then she was holding our hands, okay? I got a lot of pain. Okay. But anyway, at a certain point, I almost wanted to just quit. But they were so wonderful. Alicia was on vacation, but she still helped. Okay, and I just want to use this opportunity to thank her.
Yeah, thank you.
And then she had signed escrow paper so smoothly, so just use her. She is now expanding her horizon, going to help us to get listing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Betty. Such a pleasure to work with you. Yeah, it's just, we're there for you. We're there for you. We're there for your client. As Betty said, we sign escrow instructions with your clients. We know that we're a reflection of you anytime we're talking to the people that are trusting you with the biggest moment in their life. So we take that to heart and we really do care, so.
And also our title rep.
Yes.
Brandon will work on weekend and.
He does. He just did it this weekend on Maureen's deal. He was working over the weekend for her, so. Yeah, you've got a really great support system right here in house and at your fingertips. Use us. We're here for you and we want to see you guys flourish. So anything that we can do, or if you have ideas, bring them to the table. We're very open. So.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for all of your continued.
Daniel, I'm gonna steal the mouse because I need this for a second, and I'm probably actually need a keyboard too. So bear with me for a second. I don't know why that did that. That was weird. Why is that taking us to NARs? Oh, I know. I put a link on my picture. I just wanted to bring up this. I know a lot of you guys have friends, family members looking to get into the business. We haven't brought this up in a while, so I want to make sure to share that with you. If you have anybody that you know that is looking to get into real estate, Keller Williams provides scholarships for the courses. So if you just scan the QR code, you can share the link with people that you might know that want to get into the business. We'll reach out to them. We'll get them scholarship out for the KW Prep and K-Score. It's actually 2 programs. KW Prep basically does what the real estate licensing schools don't do. It basically teaches you from A to Z, kind of starting to build your business and how to think about building your new career before you actually get licensed. It's taught by a MAPS coach, all on demand online. Really good value to be able to start thinking about your actual business before you get licensed. The other part of that scholarship is the K-Score, which is our partnership with Kaplan that allows students to go through the 3 licensing courses to be able to prepare for the exam at no cost to them. So if you know anybody looking to get into the business, that's really great. Also for yourselves, the you already have your license, so you don't need the K-Score portion. But if you just want to kind of a quick mini bold refresh on business building stuff, let us know. We can sign you up for the we can sign you up for the KW Prep part, and then you can kind of go through the modules that Molly Matos teaches on stuff. There's one that's really, really good. Even if you missed out on all of them, there's one module that she teaches called Go from Broke to Broker in like 90 days. And that's just a really good module to kind of get you in the right business mindset to create some more activity. So let Daniel know if you want us to sign you up for yourselves, if you want us to sign you up for the KW Prep stuff, and then you can kind of pick and choose some of the modules that Molly teaches. And then if you know anybody who's going to get the business, let us know or give them the link and we can get them the real estate license, at least fees for the courses at no cost. Okay. And I know it's been a really good success. I don't know anybody that's gone through our program that hasn't passed on the coaching drive. So good stuff. All right, last thing. I know that last team meeting we had, we went over kind of the market stats of the Hill, and I told you that each team meeting we would go over some different areas. So we can kind of see what's going on in the areas that we sell. So I got some stats for Torrance that I wanted to bring up today, and then we'll get you guys out of here. So basically, we'll take a look at kind of what prices are doing in Torrance right now. Might take a second. This program or this website sometimes takes a little while to process. So this is for Torrance. You can see the median price. It goes all the way back to like 2015. Let's kind of focus in on what stuff has been doing a little bit more recently. You can see that at the beginning of last year, we were the median price was about just a little over $1 million. It was $1,075,000. Then in Q2, it went up, went down a little bit in Q3, and then climbed a little bit back up more in Q4. And then we are definitely up about $75,000 versus last year at this time. Right, so we can see the prices are still going up, and then the other thing too is I'll get reports of all this stuff out to you guys so you can share with your consumers as well. And then we can see the kind of the price growth in this metric down here. If I can get rid of this little bar, I'm not an Apple guy, so I don't know how to make this disappear. But if we go into, let's see. You can see that there was a little decline in the median price growth in Q2 of last year, and then a slight increase, a slight decrease. And the median price growth is kind of last year it was a little even. You can see this shaded blue area here, and this kind of predicts where the trends are saying that this is likely to go into next year. So in 2025, what does the prices look like they're gonna do? Yeah, go up quite a bit. So if you look at kind of, and this will actually go into each month by month. So if we look at March of 2025, they're estimating the median price is gonna be a little over 1.2. How is that different from Q1 of this year? Pretty significant change? I mean, we're talking about a 1,125,000-ish in Q1 of this year, and that's almost $100,000 difference going into next year, right? Anything surprising about that to you guys? Right? Okay, so I'll get these graphs out to you, and then let's take a look at what volume is doing. These things just keep getting in the way. And then we'll look at months of inventory, and then we'll get you guys out. So what does the volume stat look like? It's like a roller coaster, man. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. And so volume wise, looking at the sales, we can see that in 2023, we did about 381 million in volume in Torrance and 381.5 million in volume in Q1, jumped pretty significantly in Q2. Jumped a big number again in Q3. What happened in Q4? Yeah, kind of dropped off pretty heavy. And a slight change in Q1 of this year. So that's why you guys might be feeling the maybe slower start to the year than a lot of people might have hoped. And then we can see the year-over-year change in this bottom box down here. So yeah, Q1 of last year was significantly down. Q2 about the same, rose a little bit in Q3. Q4 was a bit down, and then this quarter, the year-over-year change between 2023 and 2024 was a lot higher than last year, right? Where does the model predict that it's going to go to? What are we in for? From a volume history forecast. Yeah, we definitely see that there's a decent range for increase. So 2024 January, we can see what the actual was here, and then we are kind of climbing. So as we're in May of this year, March of this year, you can see kind of where we're at there. That's going to hold pretty steady, but it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a blip kind of going into the winter months again, which is not a huge surprise. And then kind of as we get into the spring, it looks like it's going to trend back upward again. So just from an agent standpoint, what does that tell me?
It's gonna go up eventually.
It's gonna go up eventually, but we also got to, for you Game of Thrones fans, prepare for the winter, right? The winter is coming, and if the predictor holds accurate, might be a little bit some down months as we get past this real estate season, which is why we need to really make sure that we're maximizing what we do now, so that we can kind of store our nuts for the winter, and then we'll get back into a little hotter market afterwards. Okay, so last one. Let's take a look at the months of inventory to see what's happening with inventory. So again, this is just specifically for Torrance. And then you can actually break this down into neighborhoods, which is pretty cool as far as that goes. So if you really have a specific neighborhood that you like to farm and you want me to get you some more info, I can break it down into actual specific stats for a neighborhood as well too. So we can see that current active listings for all of Torrance was about 60. Listings sold last year was 605. Current months of inventory is 1.19. Is that a lot? No, right? And so the median, and then we already talked a little bit about the medians. So what does this tell me is major? Really still low inventory. As I'm having a conversation with my clients, if you buyer, you find a house that you really like, better jump on it. There's not a lot available. And as a seller, hey, now might be a really good time to sell your house. Why?
Because you get much better price for it.
Yeah, because you have no competition out there. You're not competing against everybody, and you got a product that everybody wants, right? So really important that we make sure or that we look at these things. And then the last, any questions on any of those? I'll make sure that Daniel gets a copy of these printouts into you.
How many listings have you sold, this year so far?
Year to date, for, I don't know, well, you can see that, actually. Let me see how I can pull this up in the middle.
I'm just curious.
One last thing I want to bring up, if there's no questions on this. And then I'll address yours when I find the info out. Is that I did, a little bit of a market study of the entire Hill, over the last few days. And one of the things that I broke it down into each specific section. So I looked at RPV, I looked at PP Estate, Rolling Hills Estates. And one of the things that really struck me is looking at 2023, how many sides do you think happened in 2023 on here? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Repeat the question. How many sides, transaction sides? So we should know our market a little better than that. So that's what we probably want to study. But here's what I found that was interesting. Is I wanted to look at South Bay agents that don't have offices on the Hill to see who's selling on the Hill. And I specifically only focused in on the beach cities areas. So I pulled up stats for people that sold on the Hill in basically Redondo and in Florence and in Hermosa and in Atlanta Beach. That's where my focus was. There were 374 sides sold by agents that were just in those specific areas. So I didn't really look at LA too much, and I excluded all the agents that were actually on the move. And the reason I'm bringing this up is there were 374 sides just from those specific markets that were selling on the Hill here. And there were like 2 agents that had any significant market share, that maybe, hey, I am a competitor with those people, even though they're not here, because they have significant market share. And so if you take the 30 transactions that they maybe did away, so that's still like 344. What I'm getting at is a majority of the out of those 374 transactions that happened were by agents that sold a half a unit, 1 unit, or 2 units. And what I'm getting at is, and this is no knock against us, because this applies to all agents on the Hill, is who should have got those onesies and twosies?
Please.
You guys, right? Now, I know there's some referrals out there and things like that, but even the referrals that are out there, or family members, or this or that, let's just say half of those 300-ish plus were those cases. That would still be like 150 opportunities that y'all could have gotten paid on. So I think that's one of the things, like saying, hey, business is tight, inventory's down, and stuff's really, really hard. Well, I think there's still a lot of opportunities that are out there, because there's a lot of agents that are stealing those ones, those twos, those half units and things like that that you guys probably could go out there and get pretty easily if you just had a little bit better focus, right? And at the end of the day, there aren't many dominant players that you're actually really competing with. I was just talking to our CEO yesterday, and looking at just Rolling Hills Estates. Anybody want to take a wild guess at how many units the top agent in Rolling Hills Estates sold last year? I'm talking about out of all agents anywhere. Guess what the unit count was for Rolling Hills Estates?
5.
Like 5.5. So you sell 5.5 units, you're the #1 agent in Rolling Hills Estates. And I'm talking about for that specific area. So he wasn't, that wasn't his total transaction number, but he sold 5.5 units in Rolling Hills Estates. That would get you #1.
That's Steven.
So Steven is the #1 agent in Rancho Palos Verdes. Out of all agents, anyway. So just some things to think about. And we talk a lot more at team meetings on how we can go out there and get some more of that business. Because again, okay, if I'm competing against somebody that's doing 20, 30 units in a given area, yeah, that's real competition. If I'm competing against a bunch of people that are selling 1 house in an area, that's business I should get, right? All right, one last thing is, if you are going on tour today, which I encourage you to go on tour, we don't have to always wait for Dustin to drive us, right? It's a great way to go out there, learn your market, and then support our agents too, because that's one of the things I think is really important, especially we go and support our agents that are out there that are on tour, because what happens, and that sometimes we don't think about, is when we don't show up to brokers tour, and when the agent or the listing agent finishes, and they've got to report back to their sellers on how the tour went, it's always nice to show that, hey, a lot of people from my office showed up and are supporting and are trying to sell your house too. So let's make sure that we're going out there and supporting our listing agents, and visit their homes that they're on too. Yeah. All right, guys,
One more thing, Dr. Doe wants to talk about,
Hi, yeah, okay, so just really quick, guys, I have a friend of mine who's a doctor of acupuncture, she also is the owner of Munching Mat. So feel free to grab a complimentary donut on the way out, if that's your thing, you know, that's okay. Just want to know her business cards are back here, I've used her a lot, so if you know someone that's interested in acupuncture, she's right here down the street. If you want her Munching Mat card, it's right here too, but feel free to come back and grab one, thank you guys.
thank you.
thank you guys.
Yeah, it's.